Safety glasses may be required.
If we got a bolt here, if we got a bolt there, and here, and here, and here, and here.
Soon, in my opinion. We're making progress because, as Tony told the story about the
Get paid by the hour.
Not getting paid at all.
We can only bill by the book.
They're staying in their home.
Hi, welcome to KB Auto Project. If you like our videos, be sure to hit that like button, get subscribed to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one, and please enjoy. Alright, so today we have the downpipe upgrade. Yes, this is a fully catless downpipe that we're putting in from VRSF. This is thermal coated. I decided to get it thermal coated because I believe it helps with temperatures and whatnot down there. So right now we're in the process of getting everything prepped up and ready for the downpipe install. So what we did was went ahead and took off the cover, took off the foam piece, and then for me, when you're doing this install, you're going to want to start with your O2 sensors where they're plugged in at. And then in the N20 for me, mine were actually plugged right back here. I don't know if you can get in there and see that very well. Maybe I'll shine a little light. But you can even see the clip there a little bit where it was. And there's some clips in the back too that actually hold the wires, so you have to make sure you get back there and take those off. I also managed to shine at the camera. Also managed to get the V-band bolt off. Actually, it was really easy. It came off no problem, and we actually didn't even put any PB blaster on this one. So the top clamp came off. The N20 only has one V-band clamp, so that's the only one you need to worry about. And right now we're about to lift the car and get started on the bottom end of getting everything off. So we'll get straight into that. So right now on the bottom of the car, down here, here's your I don't know if you can see that, but here's your downpipe right here that goes all the way up into your the engine there. Now I'm taking off. Let's see if we can get in there. I took off that bolt. I believe that was a 13. There's another one up there, and then an E-Torx, reverse Torx bolt there, and I think another one right there to take off this mount right here that's mounted to the downpipe. Then we can try and get that top V-band clamp off and pull it down. Okay, so we have Brandon here working on the bottom of the downpipe, getting the reverse Torx bolts off right now. If you can, as you can see, we actually took off all my bottom paneling underneath. It's just easier to get to, and we have the tools and the time, so it definitely makes the job. It makes the job a lot easier. Not gonna lie. So, I mean, if you have the tools and the place to do it like this, then go right for it. It's completely doable without having to do all this. It's just easier to access all this stuff this way.
Agreed.
So,
like I told him that in the first place.
I believe right now he's using a 16 millimeter.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an E16 is what he's using on those. It's this one right here, E16.
How long are these?
Whoa, out of focus. Come on there, bud. There we go. No, they're probably pretty long. They're mounted and all that. So.
I don't have much room to do this either.
No, there isn't much room in there, is there, Brandon? Not too much room at all. Yeah, so once we get this all down and off, we can, there's a little black plug back here too. Looks like we might have to pry that little black plug off. And it's right there. Kind of connecting the two together.
Oh, yeah, that won't be too hard.
That shouldn't be too bad. So yeah. Yeah, There's your downpipe right here. Well, my downpipe, but look at that big old thing in there.
It's all of their downpipes.
Pretty much. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get these two E-Torx bolts off, and then try pulling the downpipe down and finish this install. All right, so downpipe is off, the OEM one. As you can see, it is a monster, and there's all your honeycomb on the inside, which restricts you from gaining more power. As you can see here, here's our new one. Quite a bit of difference there, just in weight and everything else. So
Show the inside of this one.
yeah, clear all the way through, all the way through. So got that off. Hopefully never have to use it again, except for my O2 sensors, of course. You want to keep those. So we'll go ahead and put this on. We do have a new gasket and V-band clamp here that'll seat right there, and then reinstall it back into our exhaust system here. Doing a downpipe for now. Eventually we'll get down to getting a new mid pipe and a new axle back exhaust. I think we want to go with AWE, so that'll be fun when that happens.
I think ETS is pretty good.
Yeah, that's for Subaru. You and your Subaru. I'm getting it dirty now. But you can actually see up in here. I don't know. Look at that flashlight here. So you can see. You can actually see to the inside. What is up with this flashlight? It's got 20 different colors on it. There we go. You can see in there. There's your little turbine here on the far left, and that's your exhaust valve right there. And then there's your seal. There's my old gasket seal around the outside. So there you have it. Not too shabby. So we're gonna go ahead and get the O2 sensors off, get them put on here on the new one, and then reinstall with the new gasket and new V-band clamp, and then we'll be done, and we'll see how she runs. All right, so one thing I wanted to point out really quick is, so around the rim of your turbo here is where your gasket sits. It sits in a little groove right here in the ring. An important thing for me, I just wanted to point out to you guys, is the old one, you get a pick tool, it's pulled out, and you put the new one in, you just push it in the groove, make sure it's nice and flush in there as best as you can get it, and that's how you install your new gasket. I haven't really seen it in other people's videos, so I figure I might just want to point it out for some of you guys who are curious. But yeah, you just make sure you get it nice and flush with the ring there, and then you can install the downpipe and then your V-band clamp. We got the new sensors installed. They looked pretty good so far, so just reusing the old ones. So then you'll want to tie a string or get some electrical tape, tape it around the end here so you can pull the connections back up through the engine bay to clip them back in, because if you just leave them like this, it'd probably be a pain in the butt to reach your hand down in there and try and grab them. So make sure you want to push these up too as you're putting this in, so that way you don't get them caught in anything and ruin them. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, so we have the downpipe installed on the BMW, and let me tell you this, it was not easy. It was not easy by any account. Biggest issue we were having, since the VRSF doesn't use the same mounting plate as the OEM, it's solely up to you to be able to get the V-band clamp and the downpipe mounted flush to the turbo surface and be able to get it clamped on. Now, it's kind of hard to do because the clamp kind of wants to do its own thing, and then you also got to try and tighten the clamp while getting the bolt in there and getting it clamped enough for the bolt to thread. And that was the big issue, was trying to get the clamp tight enough to get the bolt to thread, because we couldn't get anything in there, and then also get the clamp seated right. Well, we finally got it, and we used what did we use, Brandon?
Channel locks.
Channel locks. Yeah, we used them channel locks to finally get in there and get it closed and get it done. And it still wasn't really working that well, so then we had to actually take my entire exhaust system off and then get it fitted and then put the exhaust system back on. It was a huge mess. So it's on now though, and it's seated really well, nice and tight. It's firm, looks good. So now what we're gonna do is get all my other plates and stuff back on the car, and then we're gonna drop her down, replug in the O2 sensors, and then we're gonna boot up my boot mode, make sure I have my cat thing checked off, and maybe reload my stage 1 tune and see how she sounds. We should have a before and after comparison video for you guys too as well, so stay tuned for that. But with that, we will get right back to you after we get all this stuff put back on and whatnot. So see you then. Alright, so we're in the BMW, and we got a charger hooked up. I haven't turned it on yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to load into boot mode here and get the tune calibrated and whatnot, so we can get this all ready to go. Let's see. KB Auto Project, signing in. Okay. Oh, I gotta have my actual app working. So, go ahead. Turn on your car, press it once. Alright, it's doing an update. That might take a while. It's gonna sit right here next to you, Brandon. I'm gonna turn that battery charger on.
Okay.
Brake lamp. Brake lamp's fine. So, you can go to My Maps. Okay, so we're at My Maps. I have stage 1, 91 octane. So we're going to go to configuration. There's my custom burble map. Yep, cold start, RPM, and then right down here where it says catalytic monitors, turn those off. So, no catalytic monitors, have speed limiter off. Exhaust flaps for my sport mode are completely open. Everything else is pretty cool. You can set your cold start to whatever. I have a GTS startup roar, which whatever, I haven't really noticed any difference in that. And that's pretty much it. So go ahead, go down here, save changes. Are you sure you want to save changes? Yes. Okay. You go down to your map here, and what you can do is hit flash. Now let's hope that battery charger is actually hold on. Alright, so now we will hit flash, and it tells me I can flash now, download flash later. I'm just going to click here and go flash now. Tells you that a battery charger is highly recommended. Oh, gotta put my seatbelt back on too, or else my DME is gonna turn off. Yeah, you gotta have your seatbelt plugged in, otherwise your car will actually turn off, and that's not good. So you gotta make sure you have your car turned on.
Is it on right now?
Yeah, it should be. This is what you want right here. Just want to make sure it's all running in the right background correctly. Okay, cool. Okay, flash. Okay. Now, I flashed my car before, so mine is probably going to be a lot faster than, like, say, your first time ever flashing boot mode, because all my stuff's already unlocked. So this should actually go by pretty quick. You know, you'll probably see a lot of error codes and stuff come up. That's completely normal. Don't worry about that. And there we go. There it's going. See, that's pretty quick. And then it's completed. We'll get rid of a lot of these codes that are popping up. And done. It says wait 5 seconds before you start the car up. I'd probably wait like 20. That's what keys does.
So my car's supposed to be 15, so
usually you can wait 20 before that's all done. So you can go back and play around a bit if you want to. You can actually go and do other stuff like into diagnostics and see if you can read any trouble codes. I can go in right now and read codes. I have climate control because there's something weird going on with my deal. It tells me that I have the wrong version of my steering wheel, and I believe that's solely because of these buttons. These are European buttons on here, not US. So if I switch those, I'm pretty sure that will get rid of that problem. And that's all part of that. And then, I don't know what is going on, but this is that rear that keeps dinging at me after I replaced that third brake lamp light up there. This keeps popping up, and that's why it keeps dinging at me, and I'm not sure why that is. It says 804-872 output BLL defective, 804-876 output FRA HL defective.
can you click on them and see what they are?
No, you cannot. But you can actually go and just be like, clear all these dumb codes for me. And of course, a lot of these will pop back up again, but... yeah, so I'm not sure if it deleted them or not. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But from here, you can just simply exit your tuner. And close that up.
And we'll do the first startup. I want to get out.
Yeah.
All right. That's a bit louder.
A bit louder. I don't know. I don't honestly know if I like it.
Put it in sport. Maybe it's because it's an eco or comfort. You said it opens the valves, right?
Okay. I don't know. Why does this sound like it's coming underneath us, though?
I think it's because you got the valve closed.
It still sounds like it's coming underneath us.
It does.
V-band clamp is on there tight. Like, it's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
Put it in sport.
It is in sport.
It is?
Yes.
They said it was in comfort.
No, it's in sport now. I put it in sport. I can hear the turbo. I don't know about that. Pop, 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 pop. I expected it to be a little louder.
I mean, it was loud on the outside.
It's not that different.
It's that muffler.
Yeah, that muffler is totally taking away all of it.
That sounded better. Yeah, you should go straight. Go to the fairgrounds.
Straight?
Yeah. See, I'm not really hearing them under here anymore.
Just got to get warmed up, maybe get the whole pipe warm and let it seat. It might need to be broken in, yeah.
So let's go up and down this road a couple times before we come into here. We'll do some of the flybys in here, so we're not on the main road.
Going in there?
Yeah, it's the fairgrounds.
Are you allowed to?
Yeah.
Yeah, like inside, you wouldn't even know I had a Catless Downpipe.
I think it's because of how much sound deadening is in here. Because once you roll that window down,
You can hear it.
I mean, you can't really hear it right now, but you can hear that turbo spool up.
Yeah. So with the stock exhaust, actually, it's not. It depends, I guess, on what you want. If you're still wanting to be like the daily driver, and if you still want this like as a daily driver and you don't want to be completely obnoxious, then you can just stick with the stock exhaust and still have a lot of fun with it.
Do you think it was worth it so far?
You know, for like I think it's about $280 to get mine thermal coated. You can get this downpipe for like $250 off XPH, I think they're called. I'll have a link in the description, of course. But for $250, I mean, really, yeah, I think it's great. I think it's totally worth it. I mean, you get better performance and you get better sound. So, I mean, all in all, it's pretty great. And the fitment is actually good. It's just a pain in the butt to get it installed, because you just don't have that OEM bracket anymore. But yeah, I mean, I like it. Because, you know, I really was on the fence because I wanted to go with the Sport Cat originally. And I thought about it and I'm like, what happens, like, you know, when like that cat goes out? That's like, I think the cheapest downpipe that has a Sport Cat for the N20 is like $750, something like that. It's pretty expensive.
That was a good one.
Alright guys, so we got the downpipe installed. Sounds great, works great. Surprisingly, not a lot of exhaust smell coming through the cabin, even like when we're stopped. I smell it only here and there sometimes, so it's not that bad actually. Not much louder over stock actually. Except for like the burbles and revs, it's much louder. Like, yeah, you hear it when you get up to speed a lot more, but like regular idle, or if you're just like cruising through town, you wouldn't even know you really had a Catless downpipe on there. If you're using the stock exhaust, of course, so. But as far as installation, that was pretty difficult actually, for us at least. Even having the shop and all the tools here, it was kind of difficult. So, I mean, I could see someone doing it at home if they have the right tools and whatnot, but like having the lift and being able to get where you need to is like essential. So, you know, especially if you have a downpipe like the VRSF where it doesn't have that OEM bracket that mounts the transmission, like it just makes it harder not having that to get it faced and mounted to the turbo. So other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like the sound and all that goodness. If you like the video, hit that like button. Don't forget to get subscribed to the channel. And of course, follow us on our social media because we're kind of cool. And we'll see you guys in the next video.